Today I'm taking a look at the toolant, screw, and bolt extractor set. So we have actually got a pretty decent case on here. I appreciate that we can even see through that so we can see exactly what we're looking for. So we have some deep spiral extractors. We got a number 1 to a number 6. So depending on what you need to pull out, we can accommodate that. What's great about these is if you need to get inside of a tight area. So for example, if you're trying to pull out something like a set screw, you're not going to have a lot of room on the sides to pull that out. So this is going to help you to get deeper into that area. I do also appreciate that we have a little cutout in there so that we can get a better bite in the event that these teeth start slipping. So a good design there. These do have square drives in the back, so you can use tap extractors or just a wrench to spin these guys. Then we have our stubby extractors, and those go from a 1/8 up to an 11/32. Quite often this is going to be the style that I end up using, just because when we grab the wrench lowered to the bolt, there's going to be less of a chance that it can slip. And then we've got our nut extractors, so this starts at 1/4 and that goes up to a 5/8. These are all 3/8 drives, so we can just attach a ratchet to it, or they have a hex on the outside, so we can grab that with a socket or a wrench. These are all left turn, and they look like they got pretty good teeth on there. We also have a punch for that. Looks like we got a bunch of extras over here as well. This actually goes up to a 22mm, so quite large for a set like that. But basically, if the nut ever gets stuck in there, which quite often it will because you're just grabbing onto that, cutting into the side walls, and just going to be stuck onto there. Sometimes you can wiggle it off when you're done, but if you can't, we got this punch. Drop that through there, and we can punch that guy out. Then we have a drill adapter. So this is the style of chuck that you could chuck into an impact if you want to, although I do not recommend using an extractor with an impact. Having those flats on there is great for a drill. That is a 3/8, so we can attach any of those guys to that. And we also have a 1/2" to 3/8 adapter. So if you're dealing with a super stubborn bolt, you want to use a 1/2" drive, maybe a large ratchet or a breaker bar, we can attach that with this. And then we got something that is pretty uncommon to see with an extractor set, but they definitely help out. These are diamond tipped Phillips. So we got a number 1, 2 number 2s, and a number 3. And if you look close, you can see that grain in there. That is going to help to grip onto those screws that are stripped out. So you can get a super strong grip with this, much more than you'll get with a normal bit. Got that same hex shank, so if you want to, you can attach an impact to that, or you can just use a bit adapter or a drill. So here I have a socket head bolt, so that is naturally round, and we're just going to jam that onto a nut. Not using a washer or anything. We're just going to lock that guy on. All right. That looks good. All I'm doing there is seating it. We use a 3/8 ratchet. And let's see if it grabs. Ugh, sure did. Very handy tool to have. That's a good question. So there's 2 ways to get it. Sometimes you can just wiggle and it'll pop off. That's not working today. So the other option is drop it on there and get a little punch, and then we can punch it out. There we go. So looking at the bolt, you can see we got a lot of marks in there where it dug in, and not a lot of damage on the teeth. So that is excellent. It means this is a quality set. So overall, if you want a lot of variety of different ways of pulling out damaged nuts and bolts, that is going to be an excellent option.